It's always nice to learn a few helpful tips to help make your life more organized. Joining me now is Ann Macey. She's the author of Ann's Table for Two, and today Ann is going to share some helpful kitchen tips with us. And these are very simple things. They won't cost you a lot of money, but they can help make life a bit easier.
I'm a little bit organized in my house. If you come to
Maybe
my house,
a little bit like
just a little
crazy
too
about
much.
it,
My husband asked me if it hurts. But this is one thing of all of the ones that I'm going to show you. This is the only one I actually came up with, but I have seen it online since. But you just take a tissue box, whatever size fits. I actually have one that's a little bit deeper than this because I have a deep drawer. You take all your little, Geisler's grocery bags and just put it in and just stick it in the drawer. Or actually, I just saw that you can tape it to the side of the cabinet, the cabinet door. So
that's a great idea. So they're right there, and you can buy fancy things like this.
Yeah,
this
is like less money.
Use your tissues and then just don't throw it away.
Yes,
it's so easy.
And repurposing. I love repurposing.
I love that. And they come in different shapes and sizes.
Different shapes and sizes, whatever fits in your drawer, and it keeps the clutter away. I know somebody who has one of those long things that hangs in the kitchen. It looks disgusting, so I like those.
Yeah, there you go. Listen to Ann.
We have one drain in our home that for some reason it gives off a sulfuric smell. I've had a plumber in there. Nobody knows what it is, but this has worked for me. You take about a half a cup of baking soda and a cup of vinegar, and you just put this in the sink, and then you pour the cup of vinegar in, and you wait for it to stop bubbling, and then you just turn on the faucet.
Right.
As soon as it stops bubbling, you turn the faucet on with the hot water and let it run for about maybe 20 seconds. It clears out the drain.
Really?
Cheap, very inexpensive. This is like the two most inexpensive things you can get.
Baking soda and distilled vinegar. So now you would just pour it right down the drain like this?
Well, actually, I just did this because we don't have a sink here.
If it was, I gotcha. And then once it stops bubbling, then you turn on the sink.
Turn on the hot water. Yeah, it will smell like vinegar for a few minutes, but then it really does clear out the drain.
And it takes the smell away?
It did, and we don't know what it is. The plumber doesn't even know why it is.
Wow. Wow. If that works, then that works, right?
This is one of my favorites. You know how when you get a bag like this when you're putting on frosting or you're making deviled eggs or whatever, you kind of like fold this over and you spoon the frosting in or whatever, and it gets all messy. I found this tip, and this was like the greatest thing. You just plop whatever it is on a piece of plastic wrap and cut one end off and just put the whole thing in. This was like the greatest thing.
Wow.
Yeah. And then you just, I should have had this out before, and you just,
that is
nice,
so easy.
Quick and easy, so much less mess, takes less time.
I've actually never done that, but I'm sure one day in my life I will when I make my mom's deviled egg recipe. But now I know exactly how to do it without
it's so much easier.
Being stressed out.
It's less stressful.
Less stress. Less stress, less mess. Happy.
This is one of my favorites. Take either your chocolate chips or your nuts, and you cut it open.
Yeah.
And then you pour out what you need, and then what do? You fold it up, you put a twisty tie on it or whatever.
That's mine are clips, some paper clips, whatever I can find.
This I found to be kind of cool. You take a plastic jar, like a peanut butter jar or whatever. This happens to be from a nut jar, and you just take it like this, and you fold it over just a little bit over the mouth.
Now
you only have to do this once.
You have to be careful, obviously, when you're cutting the jar because it is a hard plastic.
Make sure you cut it so that there's no sharp edges. And then you just turn this on. And once it's in, and I just throw them in the freezer. And there you have it. You got a nice little.
Whoa!
And then when you want more, you just unscrew it. I didn't come up with that. I wish I did. Sometimes I'm smart.
This wasn't me. Well, thank you for sharing. Wait, you put your nuts in the freezer?
I put my nuts in the freezer, yeah. I mean, you can keep them in the refrigerator for a little while, but they'll last longer in the freezer.
Good.
There's that fat content. Well, it's good to keep them in the freezer. Yes.
That is such a great idea. So, and those are all of our kitchen tips?
Those are our kitchen tips for now until I come up with some more.
I love them, man. Well, yes, hopefully we'll be back to share more. These are great. They'll make people's lives a little bit easier, more organized, less messy, less stress, all those things we love. Thanks, Ann. Oh, and of course your cookbook.
My cookbook,
Make sure we let everyone know it's your latest edition.
Yes, it's available on Amazon.com. It's available, of course, at Geisler Supermarket, and DeRocher's Florist now has it.
So available locally and online. Yep. Wonderful. Thanks so much, Ann. Nice to be with you. And of course, you can get her ideas again. Just visit our website, mymassappeal.com, later today. Also, for more information on Ann and her cookbook, you can log on to annstablefort2.com.